Yo, what it do, wealth champions? Y'all know what time it is, man. It's time for the daily hustle. And today we're talking about how to become more productive, man. You can increase your productivity from 50 to 80% with these two very simple steps. See, everybody's looking for a cheat sheet. Everybody's looking for the edge. Everybody is looking for some magic bullet or magic pill. But I'm telling you, these two simple things will help you increase your productivity and kill procrastination more than anything else. So let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Daily Hustle. If you're new here, then the Daily Hustle is all about helping you get your day started off on the right track with motivational, encouraging, inspirational, but more importantly, actionable steps that you can take to, in this series, we are in our time management series, to increase your productivity and overcome procrastination. And we are studying the book, Eat That Frog, 21 Great Ways to Stop Procrastination and Get More Done. And we're talking about productivity right now. How do you increase your productivity? Two simple strategies, ladies and gentlemen. I want to go back to that one. Number one, first thing that you can do to increase your productivity, and this, like I said, these things are very, very basic and very simple, but I don't want you to miss their effectiveness because, I mean, they can transform your lives. Now, I don't know about you, but I want you to think about something. If you could become 50 to 80% more productive in any area of your life, what would that mean for you? Leave me a comment, right? What area would you like to be more productive in? For me, one of my main income sources is network marketing. So, what I am always constantly trying to become more productive in is in five core areas that helps me grow my business. And we talked about on Monday, you're knowing your key result areas so that you can focus on them. So meeting new people is important for me in my industry, right? Getting people in front of a presentation, following up with people, closing the deal. Those, if I could become 50 to 80% more productive in those areas, what would that do for you? Right? I think about my family. What would it mean if I became 50 to 80% more productive with my family, spending more time with my family, getting a lot of the things done that we want to do as a family, having some of those talks and those discussions with my son that I push off, as they are becoming young men. They need more and more of my time. My wife needs more and more of my time. How can I get more productive in those areas, right? That's important. So you start thinking about the end goal. If getting more productive, if you became more productive, what can happen, right? What is the benefit of you becoming more productive? So, what you want to do is prepare thoroughly before you begin. No matter what the level of your ability, you have more potential than you can ever develop in a lifetime. And that is from James T. McKay. One of the best ways for you to overcome procrastination and get more things done faster is for you to have everything you need at hand before you begin, right? So that comes down to your preparation. When you are preparing a meal, do you take the time? Are you the type of person, and I want you to leave me a comment below, let me know. Are you the type of person that says, hey, I know I'm going to bake a cake, so I look at the box on the ingredients, or for me, it's looking at the box. Some of you guys are baking from scratch, so you're looking at a recipe. You're looking at the recipe, and do you get all of the ingredients out that you need? Do you pre-measure everything and have it sitting right there on a countertop when you get started? See, for a lot of us, we procrastinate because we don't properly prepare in the first place. And when you don't have everything that you need to get the job done, it only allows room for distraction. So, for instance, if you know you have to write a report and you do not have everything that you need to get that job done, you don't have a pen or a pencil or your laptop open, and you have to stop what you're doing to go and get something that you need, then that creates the avenue or area for distraction to creep in. So, one of the first and best ways for you to increase productivity is when you've decided that you're going to tackle a task or a job. Go through a mental checklist, if you don't have a written checklist, of everything that you're going to need to see that job through all the way to the end, and you prepare your workstation with everything that you need so you never have to get up until the job is done. Because I can tell you, man, if I'm trying to get something done, it's like, oh man, I need to go into the other room and grab this or grab that. You know what's happening in the other room? Chances are the TV is on. Some other people are in there. There's some all sorts of distractions when I get up and leave my desk, right? That happens to the best of us. That's why when it's time for you to get something done, you want to prepare beforehand. Now, this next one is where the rubber meets the road. Um, and this is where a lot of people stumble because they just don't do this. I'll tell you a quick story. There's an old parable of a man, and he's trying to cut down a tree with an axe. And he's just going at it, going at it, going at it, going at it. And there's another guy who's also going to cut down a tree next to him that is the same size. So the first guy takes his axe and he goes and he just starts whacking and hacking away, and he's going ham, and he is working up a sweat. The other guy has not yet started to even swing his axe. You know what he's doing? He's taking time to sharpen his axe before he gets started, right? And ultimately, guy number two gets his tree felled before guy number one. And we all know why, because he took the time to sharpen the axe. But do you know why guy number one did not sharpen his axe? He said he didn't have time to. I got to get this job done. I don't have time to sharpen my axe. And because he did not sharpen his axe, it took him twice as long to cut down the same tree because he was doing it with a dull axe. Let me ask you guys something, man. Are you trying to be more productive? Are you trying to cut down the trees in your life with a dull axe? What are you saying, Cortez? In order for you to increase your productivity, the only certain means of success is to render more and better service than is expected of you, no matter what your task may be. That's from Og Mandino. In order for you to increase your productivity, you got to do your homework. See, one of the things that stops people from getting started is the feeling of inadequacy, the feeling that they don't know enough, the feeling that they are not good enough, the feeling that they will fail if they even make an attempt. And why do they feel this way? Because they simply are not confident in their skills, but at the same time, they realize they're not confident in their skills, they're not sharpening their skills or sharpening their axe either. Do your homework is one of the most important personal productivity principles of all. Learn what you need to learn so that you can do your work in an excellent fashion. The better you become at eating a particular type of frog, the more likely you are to just plunge in and get it done. A major reason for delay and procrastination is a feeling of inadequacy, lack of confidence, or inability in a key area or task. Feeling weak or deficient in a single area is enough to discourage you from starting the job at all, right? How many of you guys have ever felt that way? You know you got to get something done, but you feel like you're not the right person for the job. You feel that you are inadequate. You feel that your knowledge isn't up to par, so you put it off and you delay and you put it off instead of saying, you know what? Let me go pull up YouTube and watch a video on this subject really quickly. Let me see if I can pull up an article or a blog that can help me in this area, right? Do your homework. It's important. It's important. Personal and professional improvement is one of the best time savers there is. The better you are at a key task, the more motivated you are to launch into it. The better you are, the more energy and enthusiasm you have. When you know that you can do a job well, you find it easier to overcome procrastination and get the job done faster and better than under any other circumstance. How many guys are going to commit today to sharpening your axe? That is the question of the day. How many of you guys are going to commit today to sharpening your axe? Stop delaying because you don't know, and at the same time, not trying to learn what you don't know. This is huge, people. So many people that I know. I coach a lot of people in the area of success and business, especially in the direct sales, online marketing, and personal branding space. And a lot of them will refuse to take action on what I've given them to do because they feel they don't know enough. But at the same time, because I'm not bashing anybody who feels they don't know enough, I feel I don't know enough in a lot of areas, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But they feel that they don't know enough and they're refusing to learn. They feel they don't know enough and they're refusing to learn, right? One of the easiest ways to get your skills up in any area is to turn your drive time into learning time, right? I drive Uber a few times a week, and one of the best ways for me to clear my mind is in between rides, right? So I don't have anybody. I'm just kind of riding around waiting for the app to go off and tell me that my next pickup. So I do two things. Half of the time I'm in silence and I'm in my own thoughts, right? We learned that in our Magic of Thinking Big series that is a success principle that all wealthy people do. They learn how to counsel themselves, right? They get into the reservoirs of their own thoughts. The other thing that I'm doing, if I'm not in complete silence, I'm listening to YouTube videos and trainings on various subjects that I'm trying to get good at, right? It says the average car owner sits behind the wheel 500 to 1,000 hours each year while driving from place to place. Turn driving time into learning time. You can become one of the smartest, most capable, and highest paid people in your field simply by listening to educational audio programs as you drive around. The more you learn and know, the more confident and motivated you feel. The better you become, the more capable you will be of doing even more in your field. The more you learn, the more you can learn. Just as you build your physical muscles through physical exercise, you can build your mental muscles through mental exercise. And there's no limit to how far or how fast you can advance except for the limits you place on your own imagination. Ladies and gentlemen, this book was written, let me see if I can find the copyright date real quick for y'all. Copyright 2001. So in 2001, the average person was spending 500 to 1,000 hours in a car. What do you think that number is in 2020? Right? Take advantage of that time. right? Get your skills up, sharpen your axe, and take that newfound knowledge. And when you sit down to do a task, prepare your workstation so that you have everything that you need to get the job done from start to finish without interruption. And I guarantee you, your productivity will increase by 50 to 80%. Do me a huge favor, man. If you got any value out of this episode of the Daily Hustle, then I want you to make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're checking this out on YouTube. Smash that bell notification so that you get notified when we go live each and every morning, 5:15 a.m. As well as other times that we drop live content. If you are on Facebook, then make sure that you like the page first, but then also like the actual video. Leave me a comment on your biggest takeaway from today's episode. And if you really got value, then I want you to hit that share button, people. Go ahead and share this with someone who's trying to become more productive. Maybe you've got young adult children in your life and they're trying to get things figured out. Maybe you got a spouse that is a big time procrastinator and you don't know how to tell them, right? Drop some of this stuff in their inbox. Drop some of this stuff to them via text and just have them check out this bald head dude and see if you don't like some of the things that he's talking about, right? Share this information with others, and I will certainly appreciate you for it. Last but not least, if you are trying to build generational wealth and you're trying to do it with the money that you make, you're not in line for an inheritance of any sort, but you do work hard, you do have discipline. If you just had a game plan and a strategy, you can transform your finances. I want to give you that game plan and strategy. Go over to wealthcreationplaybook.com, download your free copy of the Wealth Creation Playbook. It outlines 6 money killers that keep most people broke and the one solution to help you overcome all 6 of them at the same time. So until I talk to you guys tomorrow, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.